Hello and welcome to today's video. Today we'll be replacing the spark plugs on my Pontiac Trans Am, same procedure as the LS1 Camaros. Well, let's get right to it, starting off by removing this air injection pipe from the exhaust manifold by removing the two bolts using the 10mm socket and the long 12-inch wall bolt extension. You'll want to be careful not to drop anything, because the last thing you want is for them to fall somewhere on the subframe, stuck in some crevice. After removing the second bolt, when separating the pipe, you'll want to pay attention to the gasket it'll have, which normally sticks to either the exhaust manifold or the air pipe, but may possibly fall as well. Followed up by disconnecting this ignition coil harness connector. Sliding out its lock clip, then pull up on the connector tab to disconnect it. For this passenger side, we'll want to remove the 5 bolts using the 10mm socket and wrench to remove this bracket with the 4 ignition coils mounted to it. This furthest one in the back is the one I use a 10mm ratcheting wrench on. I find removing this bolt back here to be the hardest part of this job. It's a very tight spot, but I tried to get the best shot possible. I do remove these 2 outer ones first. Once this hardest one is out, I remove the 3 in the middle. Now to remove the last 3 bolts holding the bracket to the valve cover. Here's one. Here's the second. And the third. With all 5 bolts out, all we gotta do now is disconnect the spark plug wires from each ignition coil. Whenever you're removing spark plug wires, you'll want to pull from the boot and not the wire. This way you'll avoid damaging it by yanking out the wire from the boot. With all 4 wires disconnected, we can now remove the whole bracket with the ignition coils. Now to remove the wires from the spark plugs. I remove these 2 ways, either by wiggling them off, yet again only pulling from the boot or the heat shield they have. Or like this one, I rotate the boot so it frees itself from the spark plug, then wiggle it off, and it should come out fairly easy. Now we just continue doing that for the remaining wires. Now with all 4 wires removed, it's time to remove the spark plugs. For this we'll be using a 5/8 spark plug socket plus a 3-inch extension. We'll be using the same setup for 3 of the 4 plugs on this side. This spark plug socket has this rubber insert to hold the spark plug when removing it and reinstalling it, making it very useful to avoid dropping them. When placing it on the spark plug, you'll want to make sure that you push it in far enough to fully grab the spark plug nut. Once we got it on, we'll use a ratchet to rotate it counterclockwise. After we get it loose, we can rotate the rest of the way by hand. And here we got our old spark plug. It doesn't look too bad, but that gap does look pretty wide. I ended up choosing between these 2. These first ones are NGK laser iridiums, which will provide long life, up to 100,000 miles, and overall good plug. The gap on these come pre-gapped at 0.040, so if you go with any iridium plugs, you'll want to be sure that the gap on all the new plugs is at 0.040. Now for my second choice, I was going to go with these NGK V-Power copper plugs, the TR55s. These are really good performance plugs and provide the strongest spark of them all, but they do wear out pretty fast, so you'll probably need to replace them before 20,000 miles. Although providing a stronger spark does have its benefits. The gap on these come pre-gapped at 0.060, but I would probably put these at 0.050 or 0.055. Well, I ended up going with the iridiums, and I checked the gap on all of them to make sure that they were at 0.040, which they were. But before install, I like to put a little bit of this gray anti-seize on the threads. I just put a small drop on the first threads, and as you thread in the plug, it'll coat the rest on its own. And this will keep them from seizing to the aluminum head, and we'll want to do this to all of them. Well, with the plugs ready, let's get them installed on the engine. Getting them in and started by hand so you avoid damaging the threads. And the way I tighten these, since there's no room to torque them, I tighten them till the moment you feel them bottom out. Once I feel it bottom out, I give it an extra 1/16 of a turn, since this engine uses taper seat spark plugs. Once we got it properly tightened, we can continue on to the next one. Removing and replacing these next two are going to be pretty similar, so I'll show you guys a quick version of them. Old plug out, new plug in. We're going to want to follow the same process here as well. Old plug out, new plug in. With cylinder 6 tight, onto cylinder 8. This one will be the most difficult one. For this one we'll use a universal joint with the spark plug socket, although when you do it this way, you'll find that it's not quite as bad. First we'll get the socket with the U-joint onto the spark plug, followed by getting the ratchet onto the U-joint. Once you get the ratchet on, just loosen it about a turn or so, or when you feel it become loose. At this point, just remove the ratchet and you should be able to rotate the rest off by hand. Once you get it off, reinstall a new one and tighten it as much as you can by hand. Now just use the ratchet to final tighten it. And with this side done, we continue on to the driver's side, starting by removing the air injection pipe from the exhaust manifold, removing the two bolts that attach it with the 10mm socket and an extension. Once again, making sure that we don't drop the gasket. On this side, we can leave the coil assembly on the valve cover. We just gotta disconnect all 4 spark plug wires from the ignition coils, followed by removing them from the spark plugs. Although on this first spark plug, we'll want to disconnect this coolant temperature connection to avoid damaging it. Now for the spark plug, we'll be using the socket with the 3-inch extension for the remaining plugs. Using the ratchet, we'll rotate it counterclockwise to break it loose, then remove the rest by hand. Once we get it off, we install the new spark plug, threading it in by hand first. tighten it with the ratchet, and now tighten it an extra 1/16 of a turn. Well, let's continue on to do the remaining 3 plugs. For these final 3, they're pretty straightforward and a repeat of the previous plugs, so I'll speed up the process once again. On to cylinder 5. And now our final one, cylinder 7. And with this one done, that'll take care of all the spark plugs. Well, let's prepare our spark plug wires. For this step, I'll be using some dielectric grease and a few cotton swabs. And the benefits to using this stuff are, it'll make the spark plug wire easier to remove the next time you gotta pull it off. It also prevents electricity from escaping or arcing against the exhaust manifold or cylinder head. And also works as an insulator, creating a seal between the boot and the spark plug, preventing moisture and dirt from getting inside. And all you do is put a little bit of dielectric grease on the cotton swab and wipe some on the inside part of the spark plug wire boot just so it lubricates the inner lip. You don't want to add too much of it because you want to avoid getting it on the spark plug tip due to the fact that this stuff doesn't conduct electricity. If it gets between the tip and the wire connection, it could affect the conductivity, causing misfires and a bad connection. So that's why we lubricate it this way, so we don't wind up with extra grease that can end up on the tip when we go to install the wire. And we repeat this for all the spark plug wires, and we can also do this on the end that attaches to the ignition coil. When lubricating this end, again we just avoid the metal connection. While being that this video will be a little long, I'll lubricate the rest off camera. Now with all the wires prepared, let's reinstall everything. Starting off by placing the spark plug wires onto the cylinder 8 and the cylinder 6 spark plugs. Whenever you're reinstalling the spark plug wires, you'll want to make sure that they click in and that they grab. With both of those wires on, I install a coil pack assembly. But before bolting it in, I install and click in the 2 spark plug wires to their ignition coils. Once they're both clicked in, we can bolt down the ignition coil bracket, reinstalling all 5 bolts. Once they're installed, we can go ahead and tighten all the bolts. Once they're all tight, install the remaining 2 spark plug wires, which should be easy at this point. Reinstall the air injection pipe with the new gasket and their bolts. Once everything's lined up, we can tighten the bolts. Reinstall the ignition coil connector and its lock clip. You'll want to make sure to reinstall and click in the spark plug wires and that coolant temperature sensor on this side as well. But in the interest of saving time, I decided to skip to the reinstall of the air injection pipe with the new gasket and their bolts. And with that, we complete our spark plug replacement. All that's left to do now is to start it up. completing this video. I hope you were able to find this video helpful and informative. If so, please click that thumbs up button to support my video and my channel, and please subscribe if you haven't done so.